So here we are again. Another week, another 2 weeks actually, of Port Charles drama, and honestly, I am staring at my screen, wondering if I have enough coffee to get through this recap. I probably don't. But we move. We push forward. Just like the residents of this cursed, chaotic little town, we can't help but watch. Let's just dive right into the deep end, because the spoilers for February 23 to March 6 are, well, they are a lot. And I mean a lot. First off, let's talk about Michael Corinthos. You guys know how I feel about Michael. Sometimes I root for him, sometimes I want to shake him until his teeth rattle. This week, it's looking like a shake him week. Michael's about to unleash his wrath, which usually means he's going to yell a lot and puff his chest out. But this time, he's actually getting physical. Following some interrogation at the PCPD, because apparently that's his second home now, he is going to confront Harrison Chase. And not just a, hey, we need to talk confrontation. Michael is going to deck him, punch him right in the face, in front of Brooklyn. Can we just pause for a second? What is it with the Quartermain Corinthos men and their inability to use their words? Okay, to be fair, Chase isn't innocent in whatever mess is brewing, or at least Michael doesn't think so. The rumor mill, and by rumor mill I mean the spoilers I have right here, says that Wiley saw Chase with Michael's keys. So now Michael has got it into his head that Chase set him up with a key to Drew Kane's place. And this is where my brain starts to hurt. Because we know, or at least we suspect, that Chase didn't do this. It's too simple. It's too messy. But Michael being Michael isn't going to wait for facts. He's gonna throw accusations and fists. Poor Brooklyn. She's just standing there probably wondering why she deals with any of these people. But the real story here, the one that is actually making me sit up and pay attention, is Willow. Willow Kane. The former patron saint of patience and virtue. Remember when she was the sweet teacher? Yeah, that's gone. Dead and buried. Because now Willow is juggling all aspects of her life, which is a nice way of saying she is spiraling into full-blown villainy. Or survival mode? I don't know what to call it yet. But get this, she is still giving Drew that drug to keep him locked in. Let me repeat that. Willow is drugging Drew to keep him captive. What is happening? I mean, I love a good heel turn, I really do. It keeps things fresh. But this is dark. And she's doing this while navigating her new path to Congress. It's giving me major House of Cards vibes, but messier and with better hair. The spoilers say she has to keep giving Drew that drug while she spends time with the kids and plays politician. It's psychotic. Honestly, and I kinda love it. Maybe I shouldn't love it. Maybe I should be appalled. But after years of Willow crying in corners, seeing her go full dark side is interesting. And of course Alexis Davis is involved. Because Alexis can never just have a peaceful week where she drinks herbal tea and reads a book. No, she's sniffing around. She might figure out that Willow was the one who planted that key on Michael's keychain, not Chase. See, I told you Chase was innocent. If Alexis figures this out, it's going to be explosive. Alexis is already suspicious. And once she sees Willow sliding into that Congress seat, more on that in a second, she's going to be watching her like a hawk, or a falcon, whatever bird of prey applies here. The spoilers say Alexis won't get the full story immediately, but she's going to question Laura. Speaking of Laura Collins, oh, Laura. My heart breaks for her sometimes. She's the mayor, she's a legend, she's dealt with Cassadines and bombs and ice princesses, and now she has to deal with Jen Sidwell. Sidwell is flexing his power. He's showing off his stern side, which sounds ominous. Basically, he is forcing Laura to change her plans. Laura, being the sensible person she usually is, wanted to recommend Alexis for the Congress seat to replace Drew. Which makes sense. Alexis is smart, she's a lawyer, she knows the law. But Sidwell, no. He demands that Laura share Willow's name at the press conference. Can you imagine the awkwardness, the tension, Laura standing there, having to announce Willow, who we know is currently keeping the previous office holder drugged in a basement or wherever as the new candidate, and Alexis just standing there getting the rug pulled out from under her. Again, it's so unfair. But that's Port Charles politics for you. It's never about qualifications, it's about who has the scariest leverage. So let's switch gears before I get too mad about Alexis getting passed over. Let's talk about love, or whatever passes for it on this show. Maxie Jones. Maxie. She is struggling. She is trying to figure out which man she wants. And she's continuing her discussion with Nathan West. Okay, I have to take a breath here. Nathan West. Just typing the name makes me feel a certain way. I know, it's complicated. Soap logic is soap logic, but seeing Maxie and Nathan in the same sentence again, it hits the nostalgia button hard. But is it gonna be a happy ending? Damien Spinelli seems to think so. He's opening up to Lulu Spencer. Yes, Lulu is in the mix, thank goodness, and telling her he believes Maxie is going to choose Nathan in the end. Does that hurt Spinelli? Probably. The Jackal has always carried a torch, hasn't he? But he's being a good friend, or maybe he's just resigned to fate. Talking to Lulu about it seems right. They have history, they have a rapport. It's nice to see those friendship beats amid all the drugging and punching. But wait, there's more. Because there is always more. Let's check in on the action movie portion of the show. Jason Morgan. Stone cold. He's dealing with Ross Cullum. Cullum is grilling Jason, and it sounds like Jason is in some legitimate danger. But when is he not? The man lives in danger. He eats danger for breakfast with his protein shake. However, and this is a big however, the spoilers mention that groundwork is being laid for Jason's upcoming exit. Don't panic. Or maybe panic a little, I don't know. Exit can mean a lot of things in soap world. It could mean he goes on the run. It could mean he dies again, please no. It could mean the actor is taking a vacation. But seeing it written out like that makes me nervous. Jason brings Britt Westbourne up to speed on the situation, and they are considering their next move. I love Jason and Britt scenes. They have that weird crackling chemistry that shouldn't work but totally does. So if this is a lead up to an exit, at least we're getting some rich content before he goes. Jason also meets up with Sonny to share the details. Standard procedure. Sonny grunts, Jason nods, they decide to handle it. But with Cullum remaining a threat to Jason's safety and others in Port Charles, it feels heavier this time. And what about Valentin Cassadine, the most charming villain or anti-hero or whatever he is this week is in trouble. The spoilers say he could be in even more jeopardy than before. He's hiding out trying to keep his head down, but his alliance with Carly Spencer is at risk. Valentin and Carly working together has been one of those strange bedfellows plots that I didn't know I needed until it happened. But it's fragile, and the weak link might be Rocco Falconeri. Apparently there are hints that Rocco might expose Valentin's hideout by mistake. Oh kids, they always ruin the best laid criminal plans, don't they? If Rocco spills the beans, Valentin is toast. And if Valentin goes down, does he take Carly with him? Or does Carly Teflon her way out of it like she always does? I say that with love. Carly fans, don't come for me. Okay, maybe a little bit of annoyance, but mostly respect for her survival skills. Let's bounce around to some of the other characters because this recap is already getting long and I feel like I'm rambling. Ada Justine Turner is speaking with Dante about the importance of doing everything right in Drew's case. We can't afford any more blunders, she says. Which is hilarious because the PCPD is basically a blunder factory. But hey, good luck, Justine. You're gonna need it. Especially since the victim in the case is currently being held hostage by the new Congresswoman-to-be. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Then there's Cody Bell. Cody is reading Molly's novel. Remember the novel The One, based on a character that's basically Cody? Well, he reads the rest of it and realizes Molly was right about the evolution of the character. This is actually kind of sweet. Amidst all the chaos, we have Cody offering encouragement and pushing Molly to move forward with the book deal. It's a nice quiet beat, a little palate cleanser. We need those. Otherwise, we'd all just be stressed out about Willow all the time. And Joe Palmieri. Gio gets some wonderful news. The speculation is that Emma Scorpio Drake is coming home sooner than expected. If that's true, yes please. The teen, young adult scene needs a little shake-up, and bringing Emma back would be perfect. Gio deserves a win. He's a good kid. A bit boring maybe? No, that's mean. He's nice. Nice is good. We like nice. Back to the drama though. Lucas Jones. He's uncovering startling information and pumping Marco Rios for details. Their relationship might be tested. I feel like I haven't paid enough attention to Lucas lately. I should probably care more about this, but with Willow going full Machiavellian and Michael punching people, Lucas's relationship drama feels a bit on the back burner for me. Sorry, Lucas. I'll try to care more next week. And Lucy Coe. You can't have a chaotic week without Lucy Coe. She's snooping. Of course she is. She sets off alarm bells and has to explain herself, and Sidwell might catch her. Lucy versus... Sidwell is a mismatch I want to see. She'll probably try to sell him real estate or a bottle of deception perfume while he's threatening her. Never change, Lucy. So, zooming out a bit, what are we looking at here? The next 2 weeks feel like a turning point. We have the potential exit of a major character, Jason. We have the cementing of a new villain, Willow. We have the political landscape shifting, Laura forced to back Willow. And we have the romantic entanglements getting messier. Maxie, Nathan, Spinelli. It feels like the writers are trying to push the envelope a bit. The Willow storyline specifically is a big swing. Fans are going to be divided. Some people, like me, apparently are kind of here for the chaos. Others are going to hate that they ruined a good character. But let's be real, good Willow was getting stale. She needed a spark. Did she need to drug your boyfriend and lock him up spark? Maybe that's overkill. But it's definitely not boring. And the Michael stuff. Look, Michael is Michael. He's always going to be the guy who thinks he's right and punches first. But decking Chase, that's going to have consequences. Chase is a cop usually, right? Or is he suspended? I lose track. Assaulting a police officer or even just a decent guy like Chase isn't going to look good for the Quartermain image. Not that they care much about image these days. I am worried about Alexis though. She's smart, but she's also prone to getting herself into situations where she's the only one who knows the truth and no one believes her. If she figures out Willow is the mastermind behind the key planting and Willow is the new congresswoman with Sidwell's backing, Alexis is going to be in the crosshairs. And Sidwell doesn't seem like the type to send a cease and desist letter. He seems like the type to send guys with no necks to break your legs.